Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. As Ian said, my name's Colonel Richard Maybery, and I'm the Deputy Commander for the Army in the West Midlands, and I'm based over in Telford, which is where our brigade headquarters is. First of all, thanks very much indeed for asking me this afternoon. I'm really pleased, to be here for this discussion event on Asian soldiers and their contribution to the Great War. And I know my colleague Commodore Jamie Miller, who is the area who commands the region on behalf of the Royal Navy, is also absolutely delighted to be here. I mean, for us, I think this event in itself, this discussion this afternoon, is very significant. I know that we're looking to very much raise awareness within the sort of BME community and the wider community in this country, as well, of the contribution that Asians from the Indian subcontinent made, the immense contribution that they made during the First World War, and indeed during the Second World War as well. Many tens of thousands of them, made the ultimate sacrifice, for this country, and this country does owe them a huge debt of gratitude. And it's very clear to me that this fact, or these facts, are not well known enough, in this country, and absolutely, awareness needs to be raised. It very much needs to be raised. But I would say that increasingly, I think the British Army and our other armed forces, the Royal Navy, the Royal Air Force as well, we absolutely do recognise the tremendous contributions and sacrifices that were made, and that's why we're so pleased to be here today to support you and to support this event. And really looking forward to hearing what's to be said this afternoon. And in fact, after I leave here this afternoon, I'm heading down to Walsall for another different event, but on exactly the same subject. I would say as well, I think from my perspective today, and from the perspective of the armed forces, this event today and other and sort of similar related events throughout this year and over the next 2 or 3 years as well, as we sort of move through the First World War commemoration. For me, they are also about integration, and that is important from the point of view of the armed forces. Some of you may have heard the remarks that were made to the media a couple of weeks ago by the professional head of the Army, the General Sir Nick Parker, who is our General Sir Nick Carter, who is our Chief of the General Staff, and he said that actually we need to do a whole lot better, within the armed forces in terms of engagement. And in terms of integration, with the BAME community, and indeed he and we are resolved, to do exactly that. And we've got a great opportunity, certainly in the West Midlands, to do that. In this country, thankfully, the Army, the Royal Navy, the Royal Air Force, are absolutely, part of the fabric of society. They are of society, they come from society, but because of that, they absolutely need to reflect the society from which they come as well, and that, of course, includes the ethnicity within the armed forces, and we haven't got it right yet, and we do need to get more people from the BAME community into the armed forces, absolutely, for sure, and that is important in itself. But again, it's not just about that. I think that the armed forces need to connect better as well. We're not as well connected, with the BME community as we could be, and indeed as we should be. And there's a lot of there is a sort of spotlight definitely within the armed forces, on that at the moment, as signified by General Nick's comments to the press a couple of weeks ago. And it's certainly something that we're putting a lot of effort into, and partly therefore for me today, that's part of my reason for being here. And I think on that, that's really all I want to say. But I would say congratulations for putting this event together today, because it looks to be extremely interesting, and I very much look forward to hearing what some of the speakers have to say. And once again, very many thanks indeed for inviting me and Commodore Miller as well.